Hello, everyone. Well, I've now been recording videos for 31 days. My very first one says Corona Day, whatever, but I didn't put a +1 or anything. It was just the first day. And then now this is going to be the 31st video that I've done. So I didn't start these when started with the shelter in place. I started this a couple weeks afterwards because I started it on March 8th. And we're reaching now the end of April. Dallas was supposed to continue with its shelter in place with all the restrictions to May 15th, but today our governor decided that this Friday the state is opening up and is overriding the county. Today, over 1 million Americans have confirmed COVID cases. They've had confirmed COVID cases. We're approaching 60,000 people have died of this disease in this country. Basically equaling or slightly surpassing the amount of people that died during the Vietnam War, surpassing the numbers of people that died in combat during World War I of Americans, surpassing the Korean War, combining that number with the Revolutionary War and the Spanish-American War. So the only war where more people have lost their lives, Americans, is World War II and the Civil War. So this disease, in a matter of just a few months, 3 months basically, but I think our first case was in February in this country, has already exceeded the loss of life of all those wars separately, or like the combined Korean and the Revolutionary War. In Texas, our numbers keep increasing. Dallas County has a steady drumbeat. Some days it's 130 cases, some days it's 90 cases, but it's about 100 cases per day, and the number hasn't decreased. It started off with just a few cases, but now for the last several weeks, it's 100 cases a day, 100 cases a day, 100 cases a day. That's for Dallas County. And then with the surrounding counties, it's varying, but I know that it's been going up. So the fact that the numbers are still rising, still more people are dying, it's time to open up. This is the mentality of our government, our Republican governor who kiss asses Trump, who's a moron. And so is our governor. Because none of the scientific community is in agreement that Texas should open because we have not flattened the curve in Texas. Dallas County is steady because we started way earlier than anybody else. We were one of the first counties in the country to put shelter-in-place orders that were rather strict. So that's why we've not had these exponential numbers in Dallas, and it's, the emergency rooms are at 30 to 50% capacity. Our city council member for our district felt like we should go ahead and reopen Dallas because there's still capacity in the emergency room to handle more people. So it's like, okay, so at what number is it then that we should then start restricting? Because right now we can handle a lot more people in the emergency room. So let's go ahead and open up Dallas. Of course, he doesn't get a say, but unfortunately, now the governor is overriding the county. Stupidity reigns in this country. The mighty dollar is worth more than money. It's a shame. This is something that we will look back historically and be very embarrassed because there's precedent for this problem before where we opened up too soon, but nobody cares to read history. As for me, I have to work whenever I get called, and of course my workload has dropped. The plus side is if it opens up, my workload may go up, so I might make more money now. Doubt I'll make what I was making before, but if everything opens up, that means I will work more, but I will be out there putting myself more at risk. It's a catch-22. Because honestly, I kind of have to keep an eye and take care of my mom, and she's 90. So I can't get this. I take all the precautions with her. But it's a bizarre... for me, it'll be good financially. But at the same time, I feel like this is the mistake. I'd rather suffer more financially to make sure this is completely put under control before we really start opening up. I'm willing to sacrifice a few more weeks of this. There is no reason to open up prematurely. And then have to do it all over again if all of a sudden the numbers go through the roof again. That honestly will be harder. because now we won't trust the government at all. Well, we distrust it anyway, but it'll just make everybody less willing, because this is such mixed messages. Don't open, we're so told that we should not open up the country until the numbers start to decline or completely flatten for a 2-week period of time. Yet we're opening up a state where the numbers are still going up, and going up rather quickly. The Dallas County has it under control, but everywhere else in the state, it seems to be rising quite rapidly. Makes no sense, but I'm not a politician. So yeah, it's an interesting anniversary today. And it's sad that the almighty dollar and the wanting to kiss Trump's ass is more important than the safety and livelihood of people. And you know what is interesting? I have found that more of my conservative friends are the ones that are crying out, saying, reopen the country, because they can't handle it. Republicans are always calling liberals or Democrats snowflakes. Republicans are wusses. They're total fucking wusses. Sorry, I have to curse, but that's the truth. They're the biggest crybabies. The president is such a crybaby. Grow a spine. I hate to be, political, because I think of myself as independent, though I tend to lean more Democratic, and I vote for more Democrats because I'm more liberal-minded. But I will support a good Republican. I will support a good Republican, even if I disagree with them, but I think they're going to do a great job. And I'll go to bat for them. But my God, all these conservatives that claim that we're snowflakes because we're liberal, they have no balls. Absolutely no balls. They're the whiniest, bitchiest people. And they have to carry their big guns at their protests because that's, their penises must be this small. Because it's ridiculous. All this bravado. And it's stupid because they can't handle having to sacrifice for a few weeks, staying at home. Oh, God forbid. I cannot go get my hair done. Look at me. My hair's a mess. I'm still trying to work. I comb it. I shave every now and then. But it's worth the sacrifice in the long run. Sometimes you do need to do something that you don't like doing for the betterment of humanity. And I'm Buddhist. I'm not Christian, though I grew up Catholic. So I still used to adhere to a lot of Catholic tenets because it was just ingrained in me. But all these supposedly Christians that really don't care about the well-being of others. American Christianity is the weirdest Christianity. I know some good Christian people, they don't fall into that. But they tend to be very liberal. But these conservative Christians that just, oh my God. Jesus died on a cross. He was flayed beforehand. And here, those people who believe in him, they can't get their nails done and they're falling apart. Try going what Christ went through. You couldn't handle it at all. You couldn't handle probably walking barefoot like he had to walk barefoot, let alone flaying in a crowd of thorns and getting crucified. You wouldn't be able to handle it. Ridiculous. How much they suffer because they're unemployed at the moment and having to try to make ends meet. And it's the people that are doing all the screaming, you can tell. Like the Republican women of Park Cities did the demonstration in Dallas for reopening the county. This is the wealthiest group of women probably in the entire county. I mean, only 100 people showed up to the protest. But we're talking about white, for the most part, privileged women that lived in the most expensive zip codes where all the mansions are in Dallas-Fort Worth. And they're the ones that were crying about how much their civil rights are being squelched. Well, this is a temporary thing. I mean, usually we tell people to shelter when a tornado's coming. Yes, you have the freedom to go out there and stand there and get blown to smithereens by a tornado, but that's stupid. This coronavirus is that tornado. It's hitting us. Quit going outside and exposing yourself, because the problem is you become contagious and give it to the rest of us. But yeah, Republican Women of the Park Cities organized that. Give me a break. They couldn't get their hair bleached properly. That's what they're suffering for. Anyway, I have no patience for people like that. Can you tell? Because it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's sad that in this day and age, people are so selfish and so clueless. Oh my God. Stuff that is just, every day I think I heard it all. Something shocks me. Like with the president, injecting yourself with bleach or disinfectant and then saying it's a joke. But it will kill the coronavirus because it kills the person. So he's right in that. It would work to eliminate coronavirus in that person. It'll kill a person. Anyway, it's strange times and people just are not thinking rationally. Maybe because they've been cooped up so long and they've had time to overthink. One of my favorite ones, there's a YouTube video going around about two doctors who've claimed that actually the country should reopen because the healthy people seem to be able to overcome it. And so therefore it's making it worse because people are staying indoors and reducing their immunity. So if we all go out, and it's like, it'll solve the problem right away. If we all go out, get exposed to it. It's like, well, how do you think the pandemic happened in the first place? People were out and about. And then all of a sudden you have 3 million people around the globe have come down with this disease. For 200,000 people I think it's like 200,000 people have died from it because we were all out and about and we didn't know about how bad this disease was. And these were doctors that put on a YouTube video. And of course, every conservative is clinging to the one video, ignoring the fact that just about every major doctor around the globe, the CDC, World Health Organization, every specialist virologist, lab, university is saying the opposite. These two doctors who have a practice that has been partially impacted because they can't do, day surgeries, all of a sudden say, according to them and their testing and what they see, it's better to go ahead and open up everything. These two doctors who own a clinic that's been impacted financially have claimed, and everybody is clinging to that as if they know the truth. Well, the truth was this disease exploded because people were out and about. We'll see if they keep their license because it was the most ridiculous thing to propose. Anyway, enough of the rambling. But I wanted to mark that this is day 31, so technically a month now of doing these videos and this milestone and this disease in this country. And it's a sad milestone because a lot of it could have prevented. We would have still had coronavirus, but had action been taken sooner, like some of the countries around the globe that took immediate action, and New Zealand, Iceland, the Faroe Islands, Denmark, just to name a few, that have it under control. But they were very aggressive at the onset, early on, to prevent this from becoming a major crisis in their country. And they're starting to reopen, and we're talking about reopen like open because they've got it pretty much nipped in the bud. We could have done it here in this country. Yes, they're smaller countries, but we are the powerful country with the financial resources because we're such a big economy. And we blew it. Our president just blew it. This will go down in history books. We're living history. This is a moment in history that we will look back on, like the 1918 through the 1920 pandemic of the flu. Theirs lasted 3 years. Can you imagine that? I mean, they had the first wave, the second wave, they had a third wave, and then a fourth wave. The second wave was the worst because everybody reopened too soon, and it looks like we're about to do that. And that ended up lasting 3 years. Now, of course, they didn't have vaccines to develop back then like we have now, so hopefully ours will be taken care of a little bit sooner than that. But it was people being stupid that caused the thing to last for 3 whole years till basically the disease ran out and mutated into not a severe form. COVID doesn't seem to be doing that. So anyway, that is all my news. Please, 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 I do want to ask a favor. If you've watched any of my videos, just give it a like. You're already on this page looking at it. Give it a like. It's just down below. And then also hit the subscribe button. That helps me out. I want to see if I can get more subscriptions in. And then if you want to be notified that I'm putting up the videos, if you ring the little bell icon, it'll notify you every time I upload a video. But yeah, since you're already watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I'm going to do my regular sign off. There's the button.